All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more Yakuza 2. Continuing with the shogi. We have 2 opponents left to beat in the shogi. Only 2. But these 2 are gonna be really hard. Just like the last one was. Although, because I've been playing against these insane AI, I've been improving rapidly. Where's my game? There it is. Okay. We are so fucked. We are not so fucked. You calm down. It's just, you know, we've already taken down one of the pro level shogi AI. What's 2 more at this point? 1 down, 2 to go. These pro level AI, they're not ready. I did pull up my VOD to see if maybe I can like repurpose the strategy that I used when I did beat the last one, because it was something totally new that I tried for the first time that match and won with it. So I don't think it's gonna apply to this new opponent's playstyle, but I want to give it a shot to see if maybe there's something to be learned from it, potentially. It's hard to say. But hello Sentai, hello Mantis. Can't be that bad, right? Surely. It cannot be that bad. The sub-story opponent is going to be so easy after all this. It's going to be so ridiculously easy. All right. They describe him as a very strong defensive player, and he is, but his offense is ridiculous too. I want none of that. All right? None of it. This is what I was doing? I think that's about what I was doing. I guess I can just leave it. There's a 30-minute timer on these. I pause as if we're short on time during these matches. Okay. I had to go back and see how the rest of this worked out. It's a weird one. It's a very unusual one. But we put a gold up there. And then we just kind of nestle the king in like so. And boom. This is the castle that we played with last time when I beat Kumeda. And he's making a move. He is making a move. Well, okay. That's actually fine. I had to really think it through for a second. Him bringing the rook there is not a problem. Him bringing the rook there isn't a problem either. And then what did I do with... Did I just leave that silver there? What did I end up doing with that? Yeah, I pretty much just left it exactly like this, actually. I do know, like, I remember moving the silver later on because we needed it. But at this point, there wasn't an issue. Wait a minute. Because I locked out. I stalemated Kumeda. So when I did move that silver, what did I do with it? That's a pretty good question to ask here. Oh. Hold on, I'm going back through the win against Kumeda. I'm seeing what exactly was done here. This match honestly was all over the place. Looking back on it now, it is kind of like, holy shit. It was a very chaotic win. Okay, so I ended up putting the silver where I currently have the rook. And then even there were some other blunders. Like, I lost my bishop during that game, but then I also stole their rook and I had both the rooks on the board, even though they had both the bishops. So that game was a little all over the place. Oh, I suppose it actually... Okay. It actually needs to stay there for right now, at least. But I can do that with the silver. There's nothing wrong with that. He won't come in for it. He won't trade his rook for a silver, so I can waste time with my rook. Like so. Really? Are we doing that? I didn't think so. This is a crazy setup, this castle. It does not leave much wiggle room at all. Like, looking back on it and using it now again and, like, taking a more serious look at what exactly I did, I am kind of like, wow. There is no point in this castle where it is easy to break through. If that makes, like, there's nowhere that I would want to attack in this sort of setup. Would he? Would he though? Okay. This could potentially get interesting. I think I may... Is that pawn coming down? What is happening? Hold on, I'm trying to get a feel for what we're doing here. No. I was gonna say, that would be kind of crazy to try to set up like a bishop trade to open things up. What are we going to be doing here? Is really the question. Where do things go from here? He doesn't seem to like where we are. Okay, we're not stalemating yet. The AI is still thinking of new ways. He's still coming up with new ideas. Until you see the AI really get stuck for a while in just doing the same thing over and over, you're not really stalemated yet. As long as the AI is still thinking, things can still go crazy at any moment. He's just fortifying his castle more, it looks like. But I don't think that's really going to change his approach. At least not significantly. Oh, he might use the knight. We'll see. Have I just found like the goated setup? Hold on, I don't want to speak too soon. But we are 100 moves in.
I'm gonna take Teshigawara's tongue out and lick my owl with it.
My with it. The Kronk voice never gets old. It's so good every time. I'm gonna lick my. Thank you for the 14 months, Asriel. Do I start with Yakuza 1 or 0? I would strongly recommend 1. You can start with 0, and there's nothing inherently wrong with starting with 0, but I think 1 is a better starting point. I think you can appreciate 0 for what it is more if you work through the games that came before it first. You beat Kumeda? I did. I did beat Kumeda. And I'm slightly proud of it because it was not cheated. It was a legit win. So I am 8th Dan. Teshigawara, who I'm challenging right now, is the 9th Dan. And I still have not Shogi app cheated. Although I have come close. Like, I was literally last stream starting to consider it. But I held off. I was like, let me try a little more, try some new things, and then I ended up winning anyway. Used Shogi app? I did not use Shogi app. We tried to use it as a learning tool at one point. With, like, if you input what your opponent does, it can show you a little bit of, like, how can you get out of this sort of situation without using it to literally just cheat the game move for move, right? Like, you could try to use it as something to learn from. But then literally what that was just, it was doing exactly what Kumeda would do if I made that move against him. So I was like, oh, I don't even need the app. Because Kumeda literally is the Shogi app already. Like, he is the perfectly calculated, what do you do if your opponent moves like this? You know what I mean? And this defensive setup that we tried against Kumeda that won, right now, is working 150 moves deep against Teshigawara. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself and start celebrating, but, like, it looks like it's working again. Which is a better game, though. I think Yakuza 0 is a better game than Yakuza 1. But I think that if you're interested in playing, like, the whole series, basically, if you wanted to only play one Yakuza game, then yeah, Yakuza 0 is perfectly fine. Fucking go for it. But if you're interested in checking out, like, the series as a whole, and you plan on playing multiple, then Yakuza 1 is, like, a better starting point for appreciating how the series evolves over time. The lance movements don't mean anything unless the pawns come up with them. So as scary as a lance moving up can look... Wait a minute. Okay, no, he's back to the bishop. That gold general could push with the lance and the pawn, but it doesn't look like that's what he's going to do. He is still thinking. The AI is not fully stalemated yet. It is still thinking. The setup is just too strong, though. It's still scared. Look kind of like chess. It is like Japanese chess. I'm scared that he's still thinking. Because it keeps looking like he's stalemated, and then he's not. But we'll keep going until he decides to make a move on it. Except way more complicated. Yeah. Heard it's simple up until after Yakuza 6, then it's kind of a mess which order to play. If you're including spin-offs, it kind of is a mess, like, as soon as you get to Yakuza 2 and onwards. Because, like, it's Yakuza 1, then 2, but then they started doing a lot of spin-offs, like, as soon as they left the PS2. But if you're just doing, like, the mainline games and maybe, like, Judgment, it's pretty straightforward. Honestly, this is one of those series that release order is almost always the way to go. Unless there's just like 1 or 2 games that you're really particularly interested in. It's chess but better because it's Japanese. Can someone make that meme of like place but in Japan? You know, the guy looking at like a totally normal building and he's like underwhelmed, but then it's the same building but in Japan and he's like, oh. Can someone make that with chess and shogi, please? Like chess but in Japan. That would actually be so good. That would be fucking awesome. What would you suggest for Yakuza 3? Oh, fuck. I forget that Yakuza 3 got delisted. That genuinely makes it such a pain to try to, like, recommend how to approach the series as a whole. He's still thinking. He could just randomly go crazy at like 250 moves and make some crazy breakthrough. It scares the fuck out of me. Hasn't fully been delisted? No. But like when you're recommending play orders, it's only available in one collection. Oh, is it still on GOG? Is that true? Because that would make it easier at least. Because the issue with Yakuza 3 is that it's not fully delisted. But if you want to still get the original Yakuza 3, you have to buy a bundle that costs more than $100. So you have to recommend to people, like, yeah, if you want to play Yakuza 3, then immediately before you even get into the series at all, you have to spend like $100+ on buying 5 or 6 games all at once, and then start your play order so that you can play Yakuza 3 as the 3rd game post spending $100+. You know, that's the issue with the Yakuza 3 delisting when trying to recommend play order now. It's fucked up. Because it is like, if you're going to that extent, like to even play original Yakuza 3 over Kiwami, you're probably more interested in seeing how things evolved over time. So you're probably more interested in release order. So the fact that you need to buy the collection, and for that one specific game, the collection is like a requirement on Steam. Asterisk on Steam. Or on console. Yeah, it becomes an issue. $100+ off the bat, specifically for the 3rd game that you may or may not even get to, depending on, like, maybe you just don't vibe with the series. Maybe, like, life gets in the way and you kind of fall off your Yakuza grind by the time you get there. You know, stuff like that. It's an issue. Thank God GOG is an option. I didn't know that it was still on GOG. At least there's that for PC. But, like, for console, that's still an issue. Although for console, there's a whole other issue. But that's a conversation for another day, I guess. Not loving what's happening up there. I now have +8 for a single skill tree. That is an unreal item. Not sure how to check it though. You could just VPN to Steam, like on browser. Oh, it's many items. I thought you meant one item. I'm like, how the fuck is that even possible? I figured it was new Warlock shit. Like Reign of the Warlock, not the class, but the expansion, I mean. If there's still a physical version for console, that would be fine. That would be fine. Like secondhand physical could be the substitute for console now. Look at that line of generals he just set up in there. Oh. He's trying to think his way out, which again scares me that 300 moves in, he's still thinking like that. But it looks like we're fine because he's still thinking, but he's not willing to make a move on my defensive line. So I think we might be good. Weirdly. I don't want to call it too soon. We've still got 170 moves to go. But we're looking good at 330 moves. For those who are new to the shogi grind for these super high level games, if the game goes to 500 moves or more, the challenger wins by default. And since I'm challenging these guys for their rank, I'm always the challenger. So if we can stall the games out to 500 moves by getting the AI scared like this, then I will automatically win once we reach 500 moves. And that has been like our saving grace for these pro level opponents. Because, Jesus Christ, this is like the only way I've been able to beat them without cheating. Some have argued that it is cheating. However, I have argued that if I have to learn the game to the extent to be able to do this without input from like an app that calculates the optimal move, I don't think I've cheated. I think I've earned it. A physical copy of Yakuza 3 for Xbox is a stupid amount. Is it really? I mean, I know that the Xbox audience at that time would have been small for the series. But that would surprise me because wouldn't it still be on digital stores? Yakuza 3 Remastered? Or did they delist them? Oh, what am I saying? No. Yeah, they did delist them from consoles as well. Like, as I was saying it, I'm like, did they delist it? Yes, they did. I knew that, though. Did they delist the Yakuza 3 Remaster? Yes, when Yakuza Kiwami 3 came out, they delisted 3 Remastered. Sort of. It's still on GOG on PC, and you can still get it as part of, like, the full series bundle that's, like, $140 or whatever it is. It will still come included with, like, the full series bundle. But you can't buy it on its own anymore unless on GOG, because they're the goats, apparently. What the fuck? Why? So that you have to buy the new $70 remake. What do you mean, why? Of course you know why. Why would you even want Yakuza 3? You have this amazing remake of it. It's so much better. Come on, guys. Why would you even want Yakuza 3? £120? That's wild. To be fair, it's probably also getting scalped because of the recent delisting, considering it was only like a month and a half ago it got delisted. I bet those prices will come down with time, but that is crazy. Also, 400 moves, chat. We might be good. Actually. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. we may have beaten the 9th Dawn, like, right away this stream. Literally just by copying my setup from when I beat Kumeda last stream. I have my VOD up on my second monitor so that I can see the board layout that I had when I had him stalemated. I just copied it. I was like, if I found the winning strategy last time, we replicate it. I didn't expect it to work, though. I literally said when I was setting this up, I didn't think it would work. I said that out loud, like twice, I think. Because his strategy is different from Kumeda's. He plays totally differently than Kumeda does. But that kind of tells you, if 2 pro-level AI can't beat this setup, it might actually just be that goated. The mutant turtle strat. No, this is a modified version of an actual castle that I found while looking around at different strategies on Google last stream. I don't remember which castle it was. I remember it had a bit of a weird name. Wait, wasn't it the one that literally just meant fortress castle? Hold on. I don't know the word for fortress. I don't know the kanji for it. Jisho. Save me. Is that it? Yes, it was. That doesn't sound right. Like, that doesn't sound familiar. Maybe this isn't the fortress castle. See, you try to say fortress. Oh, it didn't translate on my chat box. Thank you. Is that actually the kanji for it? Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. It is a Yakuza castle, otherwise known as Fortress Castle. It's not exactly a Yakuza castle. Like, okay. The actual, like, official Yakuza castle setup is, like, this lance, this pawn, these 3 pieces here, these 3 pieces here, this pawn, and this gold general. The bits that I added in here, like my modification of it, is the bishop being here, and then the silver general and the rook where they are, is like my extra turtle strat fortification that I added to it. But yes, this is like a modified Yakuza castle. Oh, sorry, it's still highlighted. I know you guys, I just capture literally my chat box, so I know you can see me doing this. This is straight up, like, you see my mouse and everything. Because this is just the chat box that I read, to have both chats in one place every day.
I work for the CIA. Or the FBI, or one of those.
One of them, surely. Chat 470. Turtle Fortress Castle. It is a fortress castle, but just with my fuck-ass strategy added on top of it. And it's been working. I'm clearly a pro-level shogi player now. Obviously. Professional level. Me. You can see it clear as day. 483. Chat. We got it. Like, this is that point where even if he tried to checkmate me in like 5 moves, he probably can't. 5 moves for him, because I get 5 moves in between. I'm calling this a W. This is a win. This is a win already. I did only one play? Two played. Two played. The CIA one, and then Bibbidi Bobbidi Bitch. Both just played. Half an hour for one win. Yeah, the games go long. At this level, they take a while. But you know what that means, chat? Wait, what's my reward? Hold on. Not bad. Hangover pills. Hangover pills. All that effort. Beating the second best shogi opponent in the game, which you have to climb up to by beating all of the prior opponents, mind you, gets me hangover pills. As in, I can drink a drink, an alcoholic beverage, and immediately cure my drunkenness. That's the reward I get. That is the reward for such a high level opponent. That's ridiculous. All of it is garbage. The rewards being so bad is crazy to me. Wait till he gets a paper plate for beating 10th Dan. Oh my god. The shogi rewards in Yakuza 2 are fucking awful. Like, unbelievably bad. That's hilarious. Alright, chat. You know we have to look in the menu. My current rank is 9th Dan. We have one opponent left. Every other minigame is completed. This opponent is the last minigame completion thing in all of Yakuza 2 that I have left. And I might do it on April Fool's Day, which would be unreal because people will not believe me tomorrow when I tell them that I beat it. When we tell people that I beat the 9th and the 10th Dan in one stream, no one's gonna believe us. You defeated the god of shogi. Take this half-chewed candy as a reward. I accidentally went up to the 5th floor. Shogi's on the 4th floor. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. The movement in Yakuza 2 is a bit rough. Matsuda, a very strong offensive player. Oh no. Okay. That is like what I did not want to see when I looked at his playstyle. Oh god. Okay. Whoops. Probably won't. It did change his move. All right, chat. Fortress Turtle Castle is set. I had to use 3 undos to get it. Huh. You won't. No way. I'm about to reset this game, to be totally clear. But just that you guys can see. Yeah. Yeah. It's already fucked. He has a promoted rook in the back line. Like, that will do it. I think this strat could still work. I think it can still work. But I think I'll have to be a bit more particular with him. Because he's so offensive. Moving first will help. Certainly. Let me do that early against him. Just change up the order of the setup a little bit to better suit the way that he attacks. Really? Real shit? Okay. Will he trade it? No. Oh. How far back can I go? Not far back enough. I might want to leave my rook static. I might want to play a static rook. Just because he swings his rook over to oppose mine. Kenzan is close. Maybe he can get you an early build. If we are getting, like, to the point where we really are that close, then I definitely will. I might need to move first. Holy hell. Trying to feel out the order of the opening phase a bit. Thankfully, Yakuza 2 Shogi lets you do that because the AI is deterministic. Okay, I get to move first. I want boom, boom, boom. Okay. My stall move, for now at least, will be with this bishop. Because keeping a static rook is actually going to be really important for him. The way that he's playing. Bro, he might just fucking fly in here anyway. This castle may not work. He's gonna fly in here anyway. Or he's at least gonna try. He won't do that because he'll lose the rook to the silver. And even though he could just be like, oh yeah, fuck it, trade it. It's not a worthwhile trade. What's up? More than I would have expected would be up. That's a different move. True fact, the thumbnail isn't edited. That's
Why is
Chole's
the horse
actual
holding
back.
a wiener?
It's true. That is actually my back. Muscle, tattoo, all of it. That is my back. 100% true. Did we get him? Bro, I'm not trying to call it early, but like... Bro, imagine. Wait, he pulled way back that time. Okay, he's still doing the same thing. I read that as a change in behavior, but it seems like it's not. Using the bishop to stall was a good idea. Certainly. Static rook was also a good idea. Bro, he opened me up really quickly, like 3 times, but then I just kind of immediately figured out the way he was playing, and here we are. That's what I'm saying. Like, as cheesy as this can seem, it's not cheating. Maybe cheesy, but not cheating. Because I learned the game to the point where I can see what he's doing and be like, oh, I need to do this and that, and boom, 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 and like, the hardest opponent in the game, I can just immediately figure out like this. I did legitimately learn shogi to be able to do this, is the point I'm making. This is still way cooler than having just used the app to win immediately. It's not cheating, it's exploiting the game. Not quite. The AI could think his way out of this and try something different. He won't, but he could. It's not cheating if you don't get caught. It's legit not cheating, I swear. You can't convince me it is. It's a slower stalemate than just moving one piece the same way over and over. But considering this is the last opponent, if this slower stalemate still goes all the way to 500, I'm not going to complain. I'm really not. I do like the idea that Hot Sauce is throwing out of seeing how well the app would actually play against him if I used it. Like, after I beat him, of course. After I get my legit win, maybe just a for fun rematch, just to be like, how well would the app have done by comparison to me? A pawn move? Okay. Him moving up a pawn is a little spooky, I won't lie. I love seeing my umbrella badge. I really like mine too. It's a great badge. And I'm normally not the kind of person to fall for stuff like that, but considering how much so many people have started to see me as like the Resident Evil guy, when they ran that promotion, I was like, fuck, dude. Get my quick $5 tax write-off to have an umbrella badge on my Twitch account for the rest of my days. Or at least as long as I want it. It's only right. I do actually think it's a really cool badge. I just wish a creator I liked ran the badge. What do you mean? You write that off? Yes. You can write it off on that case because it's for your branding on your page. Technically. As far as the IRS is concerned, it is. So even though I don't really need to, like, it's $5. I'm a cheap bitch. So I'm doing it. Chat. 200 moves. I'm just saying. But he won't write off a percentage of his phone bill. I don't work on my phone. Granted, they don't know that, but that would be fraud. Is this an endless loop? It may be. The AI does not, even though this is supposed to be the best opponent in the game, and he's described as being an amazing attacker-oriented opponent, like offense-oriented opponent, this defensive wall might be too much for him to actually try to break through any other way. It seems that way. I might have him infinitely looped for the victory. Because again, for anyone who doesn't know, if the game goes to 500 moves in Yakuza 2, then the challenger automatically wins, and I am the challenger. So if it is an infinite loop, where he just does this over and over every few turns, that's good for us. If he keeps doing the same thing, I win. So, you know. But the reason, for anyone who doesn't understand Shogi, the reason he won't attack this pawn with his rook is because the rook is like the best piece on the board for attacking, especially. And this silver general can move backwards diagonally, or it can move forward like here, here, or here. It can go one space forward or forward diagonally. So if his rook takes this pawn, then my silver general takes his rook, and he doesn't want to lose his rook. Which is why he's looping like this. He's trying to drop a pawn in front of my pawn to like open it up so that his rook can fly in. Right? He's trying to open up that space so that he can come through. But then if I take his pawn and I just drop it right back in the same spot, he backs off. Because he doesn't want to lose that rook. That's what's happening. For the non-shogi understanders. That's why it's looping the way it is. I was about to start cheating on shogi too. On Kumeda, I was about at my breaking point. The US is sending blokes to the moon today? I think so. Aren't we? I think it was supposed to happen like a month ago, but it got delayed. But yeah, we're going back to the moon. I know that they've been talking about it for a while. Going back to the moon. Like pretty much since Trump came in this term, they've been talking about going back. Because he came in and he's like, what is NASA doing? Why do we give you all this money? You don't even do anything. Put someone on the moon or something, I don't care. And they're putting a man on the moon for it. Why do we give you this money? I don't know. You don't do shit. Took them like 60 years. I mean, to be fair, he's not wrong. Like, NASA really hasn't done anything for a while. He's really not wrong. And they do get a fuck ton of government funding to do nothing. $323. Chole's April Fool's prank is that he reveals this was all pre-recorded. I swear to you, I'm gaming in real time. Okay? I swear. Look. I'm trying to... Ugh. Oh, we could do a little bit of this. I could challenge myself. Hold on. I gotta flip my brain backwards, but here you go. I swear to you... This is real-time gaming. Real-time shogi gaming. I swear. These hand movements are syncing. I promise. It's not April Fool's. It's legit. It's just bad timing. It's just bad timing. I swear to you. Cool AI chat on the screen. $350, boys. $350. You were here. On the day that no one will believe that this happened. You'll try to tell people tomorrow, they won't believe you. You'll be like, yeah, Cole beat the last 2 shogi opponents in under an hour. Back to back. On stream yesterday. People will be like, yeah, fucking right he did. Of course he did on April 1st. What is he doing with that silver? Nothing, thank God. Oh! What? False. False. Hold on. I can do it. What the fuck? Saribot just blocked Raiden. Or sorry, banned Raiden. Is he here? What the fuck? Saribot out of nowhere just fucking banned him. I am? Oh, did you do like the copy paste? The cheap viewers copy paste? The first one who actually did something, you say? Can you unban people? I did. I'm glad that I saw it happen, like right as it did. Is more than just the space guys. I mean, yeah, but like, I wrote something like it. Yeah, Saribot literally is like a basic security bot that just runs in the background on Twitch. So it automatically flags stuff like that and will bonk you. It'll be like, oh, that's a bot. Ban. You can be like, free views. Oh no. Free views here. No. Hey, it's actually pretty sophisticated, to be fair. If I had written it, it would be that easy. To be fair. If I had written it, it would be that simple. To be totally honest. Because it's really effective. Click here to get free viewers. Maybe it's because there's no, like, link in it. Potentially. I'm actually surprised it's not banning you. Chat 423. This is one of those moments where, like, I don't want to call it too early and say that we won, but, like, 423. 427. Hot single females in your area. Was expecting a 3-hour shogi stream today. Bro, to be honest, so was I. I was hopping on today like, all right, let's try to beat at least the next guy and get down to the last opponent. Banning Sauce Man. 450. Chat, am I gonna have to like actually open up my guide and like play the game for real today? Am I not just playing shogi today? What do you mean there's an actual game beyond the shogi and the mahjong and the batting cages and the bowling? Like, what do you mean there's actually a video game beyond that? What do you mean there's like this awesome kind of like jazzy, grungy underworld crime game beyond all this? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I've never played that game. I went ahead and copped Yakuza so I could try out this Shogun. It's pretty fun. Good game so far. I'm assuming just Yakuza. Which one did you get, Mikkel? What did you end up picking up? He picked up the game for Shogi. I'm sorry. My brain took an extra second. He picked up a Yakuza game for the first time after watching me play Shogi. Because he was like, hey, that Shogi thing looks pretty alright. I'll buy a game for that. Dropped an Ort? What do you mean, Ort? Wait, what dropped an Ort? Oh, Hell Countess. I think Hell Countess can drop most runes in the game. Hot sauce. I don't remember how high it goes, but I'm pretty sure Hell Countess can drop, like, pretty much almost anything. Holy shit, we've won. Got a maul from a random field baddie. Now that you use runes, you're starting to be like, wait, these are actually crazy. Oh my god. Mikkel, which one did you get? I need to know. Chat, what's my reward? Hold on, before I press it. I just beat the entirety of the Shogi ladder. What? Place your bets. What's my reward? What's my reward? Any takers? Pocket tissues, maybe? Use tissues. Maybe a bag of cookies? A stamina and royale. Okay. At least it's a royale. Hazriel got it, weirdly. I'll take it. At least it's a royale. I'm playing Yakuza 2, like PS2 Yakuza 2 or Kiwami 2. An actual normal reward. Wait. Okay, chat, wait. I'm gonna go frantically save first. If there were ever a moment where this game was gonna crash on me, granted it never does, but if there was ever one moment where this game would crash, it would be immediately after that. I'm gonna run my ass over to the save point first. If it crashes, we cheat? Probably, yeah, to be honest, but... Okay, I saved. Now, behold. Batting cage, complete. Driving range, complete. Bowling, complete. It's not red. Secret boss? What do you mean it's not red? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The true April Fools? I got April fooled. Mikkel is secretly the final boss. Oh no. Oh no. The Shogi King! The Shogi King! Okay. There's one more. There's one more. Bro, no one even has this documented. I looked ahead of time at how many opponents there were. I looked into that. What the fuck do you mean the Shogi King? It's okay. We play the same castle. We play the same castle. What's he setting up? I could try the same shogi experience. It's a tough learn, but it's honestly it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. I've legitimately developed a very surprising appreciation for shogi from doing this. What the fuck is that silver general doing? Hello? The Shogi King? What are you doing? Bro, he takes a fucking eternity to think. Oh my god. My castle is set. He's at the bare minimum 100 years old. He's the wisest shogi player in human history, bro. He is calculating every possible outcome 100 moves in advance right now. In between every move. The Shogi King. Unreal. The secret shogi final boss. I'm actually like kind of in disbelief by like this is awesome. I'm not even mad about this because it's funny. Like just the unexpected appearance of the fucking Shogi King once we thought we were done is hilarious. It is actual just straight up comedy. You looked at the board before you made your first move and saw a forced mate in 35.
Gonna get fucking clipped, bitch.
So app after the king, right? Yeah. Honestly, I'll use the app against the king, probably. But Mikkel, honestly, I'm hoping that you're right that the Shogi engine won't make any mistakes. Because with these last few opponents, the AI being so careful not to blunder has honestly been like the saving grace. With this defensive setup in particular, it's been like the single thing that has allowed me to win. Is that I've found this unreal defensive setup. Way better than my turtle shell that I developed originally. That the AI just doesn't even want to touch it. He may be different, but so far, he's not touching it either. 40 moves in. We haven't even exchanged a piece yet. That silver could be the first, I guess, bit of engagement, though. We'll see. I kind of hope not. But what does he do here? There's no way that he does, right? Because, like, I'm trying to see. I don't think there's any big opening that he could score with it. Oh. Okay, he's going for it. So if I move this pawn forward, if I initiate the trade, does that open me up to anything? I have 3 undos still. If I wait for him, I'm fine, but it might be more beneficial to initiate here. I think we just have to go for it, to be honest, and just see what happens. The silver general can't move to the side, so I don't lose that pawn. Which honestly is kind of part of the worry. I would rather just lose it and then place the pawn back down in the same row. But we'll see. Oh, interesting. Well, I lost it. I did prefer that outcome. Oh. Wait. Is this what he wanted? This seems like it's what he wanted. Hold on. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. For now. I'm wondering if maybe he's trying to open up that very left file with where his bishop is coming in and everything, but he might not. Oh, is this gonna be our loop? Wait, have we found the Shogi King's loop? Wait a minute. I don't want to call it too early or anything, but... Shogi Priest comes after Shogi King, then comes Shogi God. Bro, I feel like I have to fucking search up the Yakuza 2 Shogi ranks again now. Because I swear, when I looked at it, they all said that it went up to 10th Dan, and then that was it. Bro, I swear we found his loop. He takes fucking forever to think. Okay, I found it. This is the last one. I found another one that mentions the Shogi God. Or sorry, Shogi King. You guys are fucking with me now. I'm saying Shogi God. I found one that mentions him, and they have him listed as the final opponent after 10th Dan. So I just have to win this. We'll be here for a minute. How's the weather, chat? I think we're supposed to get a snowstorm today. Yeah, we still are getting a winter storm tonight. We're getting one tonight. It's supposed to start... Oh, literally like at midnight. It's supposed to start tonight. We're getting a winter storm. Which, for those not from somewhere with snow, is like the step below a blizzard, where they still put out like a warning for it, where they're like, hey, there's gonna be a ton of snow, but it's not quite a blizzard. Just a winter storm. A blizzard is its own warning above a winter storm warning. But we're getting a winter storm tonight. So, a lot of snow. You might be the first streamer to finish Yakuza 2 Shogi legitimately without cheesing it. The first streamer, I would definitely believe. Like, if you said first player, I would say no, someone has definitely done it before. But first streamer, probably. Almost definitely, probably, yes, that's true. No shade to my fellow streamers, of course. But probably true. We broke high temps like 3 days in a row. Damn. The first American. Definitely that much, I would say. Why did his rook move to center? I don't like that. Of course, but yes, I'm better. Yes. I'm like the Homelander of Yakuza streamers. Should I put it at a pause and start elsewhere? Probably just because most people start with like a newer game than the PS2 games. It's super rare to see people start with the PS2 games in general. But normally when you do start with the PS2 games, people start with Yakuza 1. Like if they are willing to go back there and start there. They normally just start with the first game and then go into Yakuza 2 right after. But I would assume that's the reason why. What is he doing over there? I don't like it. Bro likes his milk. I actually don't love milk. I really don't like milk. I don't drink milk. I do on a very rare occasion. Like every once in a blue moon, I'm like, you know what? I'll have a glass of milk. But I don't regularly drink it by any means. I don't really fuck with milk like that. I think I see what's happening. He's trying to move towards center instead for an opening. He's trying to adjust. Okay, he is using rook. So we're probably going to get a similar loop to what we had last game. I imagine he's going to back the rook off. Try to drop a pawn again, is my assumption here. But this is one of those moments where I do have to say out loud, I don't like that he's thinking right now. Like that he did just loop for 30-ish moves, but now he's actually thinking and coming up with new strategies and plans again. I don't love that. I've had milk straight from the source. mean, we all have at one point, but like, when do you mean? Talking about cow milk? Boo. I did get it in a glass. Okay. I've had non-pasteurized milk before. I haven't had it straight from the source, but I've drank, is drank the right one? I've had non-pasteurized milk in the past. And I very luckily did not get sick from it. Given the science of that and everything. I was fine with it. I thought it was fucking nasty, to be real. I only had it because my friend who like grew up down the street when I was a kid, his mom was a bit of a nut, and she would only buy non-pasteurized milk like directly from a local farmer because she thought that the pasteurization process and like the stuff that they put in the milk was like harmful to children, like that it drugged them up and shit. And so she would only buy non-pasteurized milk direct from the farmer. And when I was over there, I had it. And bro, that was some nasty shit. It was so chunky. Like, I'm telling you, it's fucking nasty. Shouldn't you at least heat it up before drinking fresh milk? Turning the children gay? Yeah, legitimately, she was like that. So she would only get non-pasteurized milk directly from a local farmer. Like, she would drive there to pick it up and everything. That was all the cream in it still? It was. That's what I was about to say. It was like the bits of cream in the milk. It's just like little chunks of cream that float around in it. It was gross. It was legitimately gross. I drank like a few sips of it. And even like as a kid, I didn't understand that it was like non-pasteurized and that was an issue. I was just like, oh, that's some gross milk. I don't want any more of that. No, thank you. Like, if I had known, I would have just been like, no, I'm good, actually. No milk. I changed my mind. I'm sorry, I need to scroll up for this. I'd be sucking on titty milk so often, those udders be walking around with a breast reduction. Or walking out with a breast reduction, rather. Jesus Christ. $400 moves to go could take a while. It probably will take a bit, but I think we've got it. We kink shaming now? No. No, we're not. We're not. I had to go back and make sure that I caught that right as it disappeared off my screen. How do you think we perform breast reduction? Is that how? Is that the procedure? Is that standard procedure for a breast reduction? It's like people trying bubble tea for the first time, bro. That I only just saw that too. That is so fucked. It really, I was not about it at all. The bits of cream floating around in it. Standard procedure, I assure you. Very standard. Bro, this guy takes a fucking eternity to think about every move, and then he just does the same shit over and over. Like, you can tell that the AI is really trying to find its way out. Like, it's trying to figure out how to get in, dismantle this defense with every single move, and it just can't find it. Like, it's trying so hard to find it, but it can't. You see where that bishop went? Is he about to swing down to the right-hand side and take that pawn? Is he going to try that? Is he going to try to set up for that? Oh, God. Chat, he's thinking. He's finding things. And I don't like it. He could maybe get an opening on the right-hand side if he brought the pawn down first and I tried to, like, stop him from coming in. And then he took the pawn with his lance. Oh, no. Well, yeah, and then I took his lance with mine. Seems like that's not what we're doing. To be honest, he could get an opening there. It would be a whole trade fest for him to try to get in like that. But he could get in like that. The only reason he wouldn't want to is because then I can get into his backline pretty easily. With my lance, I mean. That's probably why he's avoiding it. Getting his back door. I said back line. Okay. I don't know what made you think I said getting in his back door. I don't know why you heard that, because I did not say that. This is the slowest game of shogi of my fucking life. At least the king tries something different every once in a while. Bro, I almost don't like it. I would rather just sit here and have a guaranteed win after all of this waiting. He's freaking me out, like that he does try something different every 20 or so moves. It scares the shit out of me. Like that. Just even something little like that, like moving a lance one space up. It's a bit intimidating. After all this waiting and him being called the shogi king. He scares me. He scares me. I also thought he was going to try to, like, use his silver general to take one of my pawns and do a trade there, but then his rook can move in. But I guess that wouldn't... He would just lose his rook if he tried that. When he moved his rook over to the second file, it scared me, but... To be honest, that doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue. When his silver general went there, too. Because, mind you, the entire time that his silver general has sat right there... Okay, wait. chat probably doesn't know the pieces visually unless they've watched all the shogi that we've been playing and have been trying to learn from seeing. Hold on. Once I get my cursor back, this is the Silver General. It can move forward diagonally. So like this pawn has been under threat from that Silver General literally this entire fucking game. And that has been kind of like, ooh, why is he just sitting there menacingly, like with my pawn at risk? It's a little spooky. It's not too spooky because he doesn't have something to like follow up on immediately if he did that. But it's a little intimidating that it is sitting perfectly there, you know? It is. It's a little sketchy. I like the one that looks like it's wearing a cowboy hat. Which one? You mean this one? Maybe? Is that the one you mean? The one right next to my Silver General in the third row? Up 3. I'm assuming you mean like from where I was. From where I was. From where my pawn is right there. D4 from the top left. This one? The one that he just moved? Just so you know, this match started around 26 minutes ago. No, it did not. You're lying to me. Yeah? That's the bishop. That was hard. With stream delay and everything. I'm not. That has to be BS, right? It has to be. Minus 26 minutes is the start of this game. That is true. Streamer, please. I don't have turbo bound. Every time you bring up turbo, I tell you this. I don't have a bind for it. And I could bind it. It's tab by default. I think I unbound it, if I'm not mistaken. I typically do with stuff like that so that I don't accidentally hit it. Like I know I did on my PSP emulator, because that one is super easy to hit by accident, because on controller, they put it on R2. So if you hit R2, your game starts moving at light speed on PPSSPP, unless you unbind it. It's a bad bind. It's awful. So last, like, Metal Gear Acid stream, someone mentioned it, and I was like, bro, I unbound that ages ago, because Jesus Christ. Who put it on R2? He just takes so long to think. And then I move immediately. And then he takes a fucking full minute to think. But, chat, if I first try it, then the match might take like 2 hours at this rate. But I will win. And it will be done. Honestly, it makes me wish that the time limit kept counting while he was thinking. Because at least then it would start to do the thing where it's like, okay, you have to move quickly. You don't have 2 hours? I have an hour and a half. And I started 30 minutes ago. I got time. You got time? I got time. A shogi king does not concern himself with moving his pieces in a timely manner. Moving the bishop was a huge thing for me to figure out, like as my stall move, because if I move it on that little diagonal spot there, the bishop is super safe in the back line, and its threat, or sorry, the tiles on the board that it threatens, if that makes sense, stay the same, because it's just moving along the same line. Whereas, like, if I'm wiggling my bishop around the way that I used to, or sorry, not my bishop, my rook, if I'm wiggling my rook back and forth, like the files that it's actually protecting switch every turn. So inevitably, if the AI figures that out, it makes a move. But thankfully, I spotted this instead for my stall move. 150. I'm also wiggling my rook. Who up wiggling in they rook? They thought it was a good idea because the PSP didn't have L2 and R2, but it's super annoying. Yeah, like, I get that they put it there because the PSP didn't have triggers, so, like, you could put extra functionality there for the emulator.
Give him 20 inches, he does like Remy. Yeah, I got that venom tongue.
But then the issue is, like, how easy it is when you're kind of just chilling and you've got your controller in your lap or something. It's so easy to accidentally hit one of the triggers, you know? So it's button plus hotkey. That would probably be better. I mean, that just would be better. I say probably, that would just be better. Not the venom tongue. Speaking of, False and I literally last night finished watching the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies. She had never seen them. And they announced the new Spider-Man one that's coming out like end of July. And I messaged her like 30 minutes after that trailer went up. And I was like, hey, just so you know, July 31st, you're seeing a movie. So it might be, you know, worth catching up a little bit on the Spider-Man, seeing what's up. And she enjoyed them. But probably the funniest thing that started with the first movie and only got funnier as the trilogy went on was that she pointed out to me, you know, I haven't seen these movies since I was a kid, and obviously when I was a kid, I didn't notice this. Mary Jane Watson in the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies is a whore. Like, legitimately. The way that she bounces between dudes and just like as before she's even done with one guy is like setting up two other guys and leading them on for the rebound immediately. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. And False was like, oh my God, like, how did you never notice this? And I was just dying laughing because I'm like, she actually is, and I never realized. But she's seriously the worst in these movies. It's crazy. He should have gotten with the landlord's daughter. He should have. It killed me though. Just that she was like, this woman is a whore. She was raging when he kissed Gwen upside down. Yeah, as if she wouldn't do shit like that. She did multiple times do shit like that. It was very funny. It's very true. Like, when I watched that trilogy with her again, I was like, oh my God. It's unbelievable that, like, as a kid, I never would have noticed. But watching now as an adult, I'm just like, dude. She actually is the fucking worst. She does not deserve Peter Parker. What a bitch. There we go. And of course, we watched Spider-Man 3 last night. And she was dying with like all the Bully Maguire stuff. As expected. It's so fucking funny. What did she think of the dance? It was so good. It was so good. Let a girl fuck? Man, she was fucking everyone. She was fucking absolutely everyone. It was crazy. Doesn't help that Kirsten Dunst is kind of annoying at the best of times anyway. No comment. He's such a dork. Yeah, he is. I was saying to her, like, I think that's why, even though I really don't like Tobey Maguire, like, as a person, he fits Spider-Man so well because he is such a dork. Legitimately. Like, he's such a good Peter Parker because of that. I don't like that Bishop move. I'm hoping he's going to drop the pawn again. He did. His Bishop going up there freaks me out because he could use it along with his pawns and lances over on the right-hand file to make an opening there. And it would take some effort from him, and it would be a whole trade fest. But he could do that. He really, like, he could if he wanted to. So it scares me when he moves the Bishop up there. L. Peter for staying with MJ. I just can't believe, like, with the new Tom Holland movie getting announced, that we're actually going to see 4 movies in a Spider-Man, like, film series for the first time. Because Sam Raimi had 4 movies planned. And then I can't remember the name of the director who did the Amazing movies, but they also had 4 movies planned. And we don't really know much about Amazing Spider-Man 3 or 4, whereas we know a lot about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. Like, weirdly, even though every single Spider-Man, like, film adaptation has had 4 movies planned, this is going to be the first time that we actually get a 4th one. Which is kind of crazy, considering the Sam Raimi Spider-Man came out, what, 2002? So after, like, nearly 25 years of them starting up these Spider-Man film adaptations and planning to do at least 4 movies, like, 24 years later, they're finally going to do a 4th one. On the 3rd attempt. Third time's the charm, right? Right, guys. Was it Mark Webber? Mark Webb. I was like, Webber doesn't sound quite right. Mark Webb. Yes. He had Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 planned out. I was close. Mark Webber is an F1 driver. That's the confusion. Heard Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have been really dark. We don't know officially. Like, with the Sam Raimi movies, we know what the original Spider-Man 3 would have been and what the follow-up Spider-Man 4 would have been, because Sam Raimi talked about those in interviews a lot, like after they got canceled. Whereas the Mark Webb Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4, we never got any details from him or anyone who worked on the movies about what they would have been. There's a lot of like theories about stuff like that, but nothing ever from anyone who worked on the films. And also, I don't know if many people know about this. An original draft of the Spider-Man 4 script, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4, leaked like last year. It wasn't like a complete full-length film script, but an early draft of it before the movie got canceled leaked on the internet last year. But that one was the one that they were working on after Spider-Man 3 actually did happen, so it still wasn't quite in line with the original plan. But there's a draft of it that leaked last year. I think we did get some info on Amazing Spider-Man 3. I was just looking yesterday, and we never got anything from people who worked on the movies. I was looking because I was talking to False about the Spider-Man 3 stuff with Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4 would feature Vulture? Yes, but Spider-Man 4 was only going to feature Vulture because Vulture was supposed to be the main villain for Spider-Man 3, but, what's that? Sony didn't allow Sam Raimi to have the Vulture be the main villain because they felt like the Vulture wasn't marketable enough. So Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's, was originally supposed to be the Vulture, and then Sandman as like a secondary villain who would team up with the Vulture. And it wasn't going to have Harry as a villain yet. That was still planned for 4. And it wasn't going to have Venom at all. He never wanted Venom in any of the movies. Sam Raimi actually is very on record about he doesn't like Venom as a villain. He thinks he's a stupid villain. He never wanted Venom in any of the movies. That was all Sony being like, hey, Venom is really popular. Venom, the kids love Venom. We want Venom in this movie. But Vulture was originally the plan for Spider-Man 3. But Sony forced him to cut him out of Spider-Man 3 because he wasn't marketable. Don't tell me they canceled Spider-Man 4 because Vulture wasn't marketable. It was partially that. And the movie was taking too long, so they were going to lose the film rights to Marvel if they didn't get it done in time. And Sam Raimi, because he was trying to like pull together a version of his original plan, but still had to like make it work with Spider-Man 3 becoming what it was. He wasn't able to get something pulled together in time for the release deadline that they had. So they had to drop Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4 and start the new trilogy with Mark Webb in place of it because they were going to lose the film rights back to Marvel if they didn't use the Spider-Man IP in time. Like, due to their contract terms with Marvel. Which clearly was a good play for Sony long term, because Sony still to this day has the rights to Spider-Man because they have consistently used that license and kept up with those contract terms. Like, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are still Sony's movies that are made in collaboration with the MCU. So clearly long term, that was a good play for Sony to just drop the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 and move on to something new just to keep the IP on hand. As much as it sucks that we didn't get Spider-Man 4, but honestly, when you look at the outlined script that did come out, like that leaked last year, it was not going to be very good. It was probably going to be worse than Spider-Man 3 was already. It just, because he was trying to make it work after they had already fucked with Spider-Man 3 so much and made him change that as much as they did, Spider-Man 4 was probably going to be an even bigger mess had they actually gone through with it. So long term, it probably was the right play. Original Spider-Man 3 or 4? I don't remember. Stream delay is in effect here. This guy does take fucking forever to think. Well, hey, at least we can talk about Spider-Man. Interesting. He's changing. Are we still getting Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 and Mark Webb Amazing 3 or not? As far as we know, it doesn't seem like we're getting either. Because rumors about that stuff started going around after... Yeah, after No Way Home came out. But as far as we currently know, it doesn't seem like we're getting either. Oh. Oh god, what is he doing? Oh no. Don't change on me. Okay. Crisis averted. But no, I think the No Way Home post-credits was teasing Venom for Tom Holland, not for one of the other universes. I could be mistaken, though. It's been a while. But if I remember right, I thought that was to set up Venom for Tom Holland. Like the Tom Hardy Venom. Yes, okay, I thought so. It's funny what Hot Sauce said, by the way, about them forcing Venom into the movie, the Spider-Man 3 back in the day, because it was more marketable, like for kids and stuff. And saying, and now those kids are adults and they want Venom in them. Because, I mean, yeah, I was a kid when Spider-Man 3 came out. And when I saw it, even though now when I rewatch Spider-Man 3, I'm like, man, Venom in this movie sucks. Like, you can tell that he was thrown in at the last minute without much thought, right? When I watched it as an adult, I think that Venom is stupid. But when I was a kid, that was my first exposure to Venom. And just the general concept of him was enough for me to be like, oh my god, Venom is the coolest villain ever. Like, I love Venom. He's so cool. Like, when I was fucking 5 years old, like, that was enough. You know what I mean? Thought he wasn't cool because he didn't fight aliens and stuff. I don't think that was any sort of tease or setup. I think that was just a funny moment. Marvel Superhero Squad? I don't know Marvel Superhero Squad. What is Marvel Superhero Squad? Oh. I don't know this one. Oh. I'm seeing it now. I've never seen this game. Granted, there are probably so many Marvel games that I've never seen. But I've never seen that one. I also told false last night. when we watched it, but Spider-Man 3, when I was a kid, was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. That was the first time I ever went to a movie theater, was to see Spider-Man 3. The Shogi King really is the king. He's pretty good, but he takes a fucking eternity to think. Like, if anyone had left when I first started this match against him and just come back, and they're like, oh man, we're still playing against the Shogi King, he must be pretty tough. They probably think that we have, like, lost games and reset a whole bunch against him. Little do they know, this is still the same game that I was playing 45 minutes ago. He just takes an eternity to think through his next move every single turn. I think it was way more intimidating than the huge Venom we have in current media. No, I like big Venom. Venom's supposed to be big. Which is partially because of who he latches onto, and that's a whole other thing. But, like, comic-wise and stuff, like, the original, like, main Venom hosts, right, were Flash Thompson and Eddie Brock. And both Flash and Eddie in the comics were really big, like, jacked dudes to begin with. Which is why when Peter had the black suit, he was so, like, lean. But when Venom latched onto them, he was fucking huge. It's because it's a reflection of who he latches onto. That's just a general... The Sam Raimi, Eddie Brock... No. Eddie Brock in the Sam Raimi trilogy is also a fucking dweeb. Which I guess may have been intentional, but, like, that's not what Eddie Brock was ever like before. I don't know why they took him in that direction. $250. That's halfway to 500, chat. We're halfway through this battle with the Shogi King, assuming I win. But I feel like it's one of those things where if I can get to 250, I can get to 500.
They didn't expect some weird pink fox girl VTuber anime girl online to play this game and make her entire community make a day about livers.
I can't help but to remember that cheesy as fuck Eminem song from the movie. That was so good. That was so funny. And that song becoming a meme for a while too. That was awesome. The first Venom movie was something in general. It was certainly a movie. It had its moments. You know, there were moments where that movie was pretty solid. Not a lot of them, but there were. There were moments. Certainly. I kind of liked it. I liked, like, the dynamic between Venom and Eddie in that movie. Like, I thought that those two, just anytime that they were, like, talking to each other, like, that was great. They had a really fun dynamic there. But man, the actual, like, plot of that movie was so uninteresting. Like, pretty much, it was one of those where, like, when they were interacting directly, it was a fun movie. Anytime that they weren't and the movie was trying to be more serious and, like, push things forward, it was a fucking snooze fest. That's what I thought. 262. Here comes that bishop. You guys ready? Sorry, give him a minute to think it through, and then he'll do that. You just wait. I know it. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. He's looking at this. He's like, oh my God, there's my opening. I can take this pawn. And then he gets this and he's like, ah, shit. Can't go anywhere but back. Otherwise I lose this bishop. And he'll think about it for a minute. And then he'll move back. It's funny because he thinks for so long to do the exact same thing that he did on the prior turn. Like, that is why this is annoying. He's not even thinking so long because he's constantly bouncing around. He's just... Did y'all even watch Spider-Man 3? Spider-Man 3 was at, like... It definitely is my least favorite of that trilogy. Even now, watching it last night again. But it's really fun to watch back, especially with someone who hasn't seen it before like that. Like, I had a blast watching it. But, like... Yeah, that movie's still pretty rough. I think we had Anti-Venom in that movie. I don't think we had Anti-Venom in the first Venom movie, did we? I think we... What was the villain? Man, that movie was like 2018 or something now. I'm just realizing how long ago that even was. Wasn't it... Wasn't the villain... Not Anti-Venom, but it was another symbiote, I remember. I just don't remember which one. Venom... Yeah, it was 2018. Look at me go. It was 2018. It was Riot. That's who it was. Riot was the villain. Carnage was the second one. I never even saw the second one. I heard it was better, but still not great than the first, or better than the first one, but still not great was what I heard. I never watched it though, so I don't know. That was around the time that I was kind of tuning out from Marvel in general. Because wasn't that like 2021? I think Venom 2, Venom Let There Be Carnage. It was 2021. It auto-filled. Yeah, at that point I was really falling out of like keeping up with all the Marvel stuff. So I never saw it. It's symbiotes all the way down. I heard it got even worse, like both with the MCU and like the Sony Spider-Verse. Not the Spider-Verse movies. I've seen both of those. But I heard like Sony's Spider-Man like villain universe that they've been doing, I heard has just gotten worse and worse. The Sony villainverse was always bad. It was always bad. Like, it didn't even start out well. Although, I've said this a good bit going back, like, in recent years after I fell off of the later movies. Like, I went back and I was trying to rewatch, like, all of Phase 1 through 3. And what I realized when I did that was, like, Phase 1... also wasn't very good for the MCU. It had a couple standouts like Iron Man and the Avengers were both really good. And then like everything else was ranging from mid to just bad. Between like Incredible Hulk, the first Captain America, the first Thor movie, that's the one that I'm like, that was rough. But some people like that one. I know. I definitely don't. And then Phase 2 is kind of the same thing, where it's like there are a couple good Phase 2 MCU movies, and then the rest of them range from mid to bad. And like really looking back at all of it from the start again made me like, huh. It kind of was always like this, but Phase 3 was like the exception where it was just super consistently really good. Because yeah, Phase 2 has Thor Dark World. Case in point. Phase 2 has Thor Dark World. Yeah, what's it? The Winter Soldier. Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie. Period. And then Iron Man 1 would be right behind it. I think the first Cap movie is okay. I wouldn't give it much more than okay. I really liked it as a kid, but when I rewatched it as an adult, I was like, it's fine, but it's not great. But that's kind of the thing. Like when I was a kid, like growing up with the Marvel movies and like seeing them as they came out, I thought pretty much all of them were great. But then I rewatched like all of Phase 1 through 3 and I was like, oh, really only a handful of those were great up until Phase 3. Yeah, they weren't very consistent until like near the end of Phase 2, and even then, like Age of Ultron wasn't great. Daredevil Season 3, I haven't seen the Daredevil stuff. I need to get on that at some point. See, I say that, but I know damn well I'm not going to. Opinions on Captain Marvel? I don't like it, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone said it was. I just don't think it's particularly good either. Like it's not like offensively bad, but it's not, I wouldn't even say it's okay. Like it's kind of in like the bad, but not to the point where I have strong feelings on it. It's just kind of like, that wasn't great. This is the slowest. This is fucking crazy. The fact that I've been looping this guy for like an hour straight and we're just now at like 300 moves is insane. Guardians of the Galaxy was really good. Do Deadpool 1 and 2 count as MCU? I don't think even the third one technically counts, does it? Isn't Deadpool just Sony? I still haven't seen Guardians 3. I really need to, because I heard that that was like the one movie released around that time that was really worth seeing. Deadpool is MCU? The fuck you talking about? No, it's just Marvel. Right? Hold on. Deadpool movie trilogy. Deadpool films. They're not part of the MCU, are they? Deadpool 3 is the MCU. I didn't see Deadpool 3 either. Like, I legitimately, I did hit that point, like 2021/22, where I fully tuned out. I haven't seen anything since. Even the stuff that I heard was good. I haven't seen a single thing since. The first and second were 20th Century Fox movies before they were bought by Disney. Okay, that sounds right. The two that I saw were not MCU. That makes sense. But the third one tied it in. Got you. So would that I guess it wouldn't retroactively make the first two MCU. Because, like, even if they do still connect and you could, like, include them in a watch through for sure. Like, the MCU is more about the project overall, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, the fact that they were never part of that project to begin with means that they still kind of aren't, but they are because they're canon now, in a way.
Look at me. Eating cookie and breedable.
There is such a long delay between the now look at me and the follow-up. I felt like I waited an eternity for that. The Fox movies are like 3 different timelines, okay. Did you wait longer for the delay or the king to make a move? I waited longer for the Shogi king to make his move, to be fair. We're at 326, chat. And he changes things around, but they're all kind of loose variations of the same thing, so I think we're probably okay. Probably. The F-bomb in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is hilarious. What, does Rocket drop an F-bomb? If anyone in Guardians... If anyone in the entire MCU is randomly dropping an F-bomb unexpectedly, it has to be Rocket, right? Like, it's Quill? Really? I would have actually never seen that coming. Can't the MCU Pope just canonize any of the good Marvel movies? True. Although I guess, like, in a similar, like, timeline way, as weird as that is to say out loud, the Deadpool thing that I was talking about, where, like, just because they technically tie in now with Deadpool 3, they're not necessarily MCU. It's like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. Like, they ended up tying into an MCU project, but the Raimi trilogy and the Amazing movies aren't MCU now just because those two showed up in No Way Home. You know what I mean? I say those two and all their villains. You get what I'm saying. Because the MCU is like a specific project within Marvel. I did see No Way Home, actually. I said that I saw nothing after I tuned out. I did see No Way Home in theaters. I did. But that's like, and I fully plan on seeing the new Spider-Man in July, is it? But that's probably just because Spider-Man is my favorite. So I'm not skipping Spider-Man. Yeah, July. Also, for anyone who wasn't here earlier, yes, I know it's April 1st, and so you won't believe me, but the VOD exists. I did beat the 9th and 10th Dawn, both in the span of under an hour. And then we reached the secret final boss that none of us knew was coming in the Shogi King. So that's what's happening right now. For the record, for anyone who got here within the last hour, that's what's happening. I beat what we thought were the last 2 opponents, like, back to back, and then secret boss appearance of the Shogi King after the final opponent that I didn't even know it was coming because the guide that I had for Yakuza 2 didn't mention the Shogi King at all in the Shogi section. So, here we are. War Thunder now has a nuclear bomber DLC, and you can drop the nukes. That's ridiculous. Very War Thunder, weirdly. $350. It won't cost $1,000, but you know damn well that shit's gonna be like $70 for that plane alone. Chat, I still have 3 undos if things go wrong late in the game too. I'm only just realizing I haven't used a single undo this game. I saw the Mario Galaxy movie today. It was about as good as the first one. I saw the reviews were worse, but critic reviews for like family movies in quotes, but like, you know, for movies like that are very clearly aimed at kids, critic reviews are always kind of a nothing burger. They never like those. But I did see that it scored like 10 points lower than the first movie. It was not worse at all. That's good at least. It's good to hear. Yeah. The first one was fun. I saw it with like a big group of friends. Like 10 grown-ass men just showed up at the movie theater as a group to go see the fucking Mario movie. It was a good time. It's one of those theaters here that that has a bar, like a alcohol bar in the theater. So a bunch of them got like drinks for the movie too. It was great. It was a good time. I wouldn't really say it was better though. Okay. Literally just about the same. Yokoyama retweeted one of the posts talking about Jack Black. Can't think of a role, but maybe I should reach out. Bro. Andre Richardson. Jack Black. Mine has taken him up to the roof. I was just talking about this. I think yesterday on stream. Jack Black as Andre Richardson in like the first scene where he's revealed in Yakuza 3, where he like corners Kiryu in an alleyway. Imagine that scene if it was Jack Black. That would be the goofiest fucking thing they could possibly do. Like Jack Black and his fucking Secret Service men cornering Kiryu in an alleyway. Would be so good, genuinely. That would be the funniest shit ever. He moved pretty quick there, actually. Jack Black is Master Libido. Where the fuck? His piece disappeared. I'm not crazy. I looked back at the board. I'm like, where is his bishop? Where did it go? That chat, his timer has disappeared. The game is starting to bug out because this match has gone so long. No bullshit. He's thankfully still moving, but his timer has fully disappeared. And apparently sometimes his pieces will disappear off the board while he's thinking too, just for the fun of it. He's kinging it. Oh God, he's kinging it. The floating point numbers have overflown. What the fuck is the Shogi King? Okay, so I know it's April Fool's. I recognize that this is a bad day to try to say this out loud. But the first hour of the stream, I hopped on, I beat the 9th Dawn on the first try. I immediately went into the 10th Dawn, also beat him first try. Thought we were done. I went and saved my game. I was celebrating. We were all popping off like, oh, I was here. And then I went to the minigame list to flex, realized the text was not red. On Shogi. It said that I was the 10th Dan, but the text wasn't red. So I came back over here, and there's a secret Shogi King boss after you've actually achieved the max rank, and you have to beat him to achieve full Shogi completion. And this game has gone for over an hour. James said nearly an hour. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, this game alone. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. If you go back in the VOD, you will find the start of this match like an hour and 15 minutes ago. His bishop disappeared again. The game is breaking. The game is actually breaking because this match has gone so long. I could be a top 10k shogi player in the States. I bet you there are not many American shogi players. I bet if I did try to play in like any American shogi league, I probably would be. I still have zero clue how to play shogi. I had zero clue before getting to this on the streams. We've just been learning through playing. And I've done like some external researching on strategies and like tactics and stuff while playing to try to pick up bits and pieces from more experienced players. So like at least I shouldn't say we, I've learned the game live on stream pretty much from scratch just doing this. And it's a really fun game. Legitimately. Now that I've actually learned it, it's a good time. You guys see that my pawn in the stash was also bugged while he was thinking there? Stockholm Syndrome talking? No, I really like it. And Mikkel was in here earlier saying that he picked up Yakuza 2 just to learn how to play shogi and to enjoy it. I think he was fucking around. I think he was pulling an April Fool's on me. I'm not 100%, but that's my guess. I think that was Mikkel trying to be like, haha, April Fool's, you stupid bitch. Of course I didn't buy Yakuza 2. But he could have been legit. I don't know. It's just, again, it's an interesting day to come in here and be like, oh yeah, I picked up Yakuza just to play shogi after watching these streams. I think he was fucking with me, but we'll see. I don't know. He doesn't seem to be in chat anymore, but I think he was fucking with me. Shogi is in later Yakuzas. Yeah, but now I've learned it, right? Like, I was saying that before. With both Mahjong and Shogi, like, now that I've done them here, I know how to play the games now. I've done the learning process, so even when I get to, like, Shogi and Kenzan, which Kenzan does have Shogi, when I get there, it will be like, yeah, I can play Shogi. Let's go. Let's do it. Like, we won't be starting from zero again in the later games. Because I've learned already. I've still not forgotten Mikkel drinking milk from the source. How do you feel about Nagoshi Studios' Gang of Dragon being possibly canceled? It's really unfortunate. Because, like, to be fair, Gang of Dragon, we saw a CGI, like, teaser trailer. But it looked interesting. It looked like it had, like, I appreciated that it was so blatantly Nagoshi just coming back out of nowhere with his own, like, we have Yakuza at home. Like, literally just, yeah, I made Yakuza again with a different studio. I thought that was really cheeky and fun. It's unfortunate that it got canceled, but I'm not as doomer about the Yakuza franchise right now as most people. mostly because Stranger Than Heaven looks fucking awesome so far. And like with the recent teaser that it's going to have 5 cities in 5 different eras throughout like the 1900s. Dude, it seems like this is going to be like a Yakuza 5 scale, like mainline RGG title that they've been working on for years. This seems to be the same A-team who did like, you know, Infinite Wealth previously, making Stranger Than Heaven. And apparently they've been fucking cooking. Like, it really seems like Yakuza 5 2. It does seem like a sequel to a game like Yakuza 5, where it's like that insane scale, just that ridiculous amount of content and things to do within the more traditional Yakuza gameplay formula, which has me super excited. I'm a Yakuza 5 enjoyer. I fucking love Yakuza 5. So, it's unfortunate that Negoshi's game is, at least right now, not canceled, but like on ice is kind of the best way to put it. But I'm not doomer enough on the mainline Yakuza series to be like, oh, without Gang of Dragon, like this franchise, this it's dead, it's over. We're done, we're cooked. Of course, they can't make a Stranger Than Heaven 2 because Daito will just die of old age. I mean, I don't think that Stranger Than Heaven needs to be setting up like a full new sub-franchise. I have no issue with them doing a one-off. RGG, over the years, has consistently had their A-team make incredible one-off, like Yakuza spin-offs like that, or like tie-ins. Things like Kenzan and Ishin, things like that, that the A-team does take time away from the mainline series to work on, and they make that one game that they just go crazy on and have a good time with, and then they go back to the mainline series again. So I don't think that they necessarily need to be setting up a new sub-franchise or anything. I'm looking at it as a one and done, personally, and I have zero issue with it being a one and done. Yakuza 5 is the worst mainline? Man, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. Almost at 450, chat. Hold on. Boom, 450. Definitely didn't need a sequel. It's cool that it got one, though. Like, it's always great if they do a sequel to stuff like that, but I'm totally cool with them just doing one-offs every once in a while that are like, yeah, just something fresh, take some time away from the mainline narrative, do something fun, and then go back to it later. Like, I have zero issue with that, personally, but I might be in the minority there. 100%ed 5. I have beef with the game. 5 is great. I love that the pawn is also bugging out whenever I take it. It's falling apart, bro. We just 40 more moves, 42 more moves. The game just has to hold itself together for that long. I beg. I can taste the freedom. Me too, dude. Even if he does something crazy here at the end, unless he is really that goated, although he is called the Shogi King, but unless he is that goated, we're in that territory of like, even if he broke through my defense now, could he win in 30 moves? Probably not. He could maybe, but it's unlikely. Imagine a final move checkmate. Bro, it would be so bad. It would be the most heartbreaking thing in this entire journey. That lance move is super random, but it doesn't do anything. Did Chole just turtle strat 9th and 10th dawn? So this, we have a new name for this Tibi, because this is a legit castle that like high-level shogi players use, called a Yakuza castle. Except mine, I modified it a little bit to make it similar to the turtle strat. There are 3 pieces in this castle that I have different, and then some pawns to act. Okay. There are a few pieces that I've shifted around slightly to make it similar. Like this bishop normally wouldn't be here. This silver general normally wouldn't be here. And this rook normally would not be here. And these 4 pawns are not necessary for the castle whatsoever. But the way that I've placed them all on top of the normal castle that is like traditional makes it like this extra turbo turtle strat that's even stronger than the one I made entirely on my own, because it pulls from a high-level shogi concept. A mutant ninja turtle. Earlier, because Yakuza in Japanese means fortress. So literally, when people say Yakuza castle in shogi, they mean like fortress castle or fortified castle sort of thing. So we started calling it the Fortress Turtle Castle. Or if you would, the Fortified Turtle Castle. That bishop disappeared again. I know where it is, but it's funny that it keeps disappearing. The game just has to hold itself together for 16 more moves. And we're free. Please do not break now. I'm begging. Do not break on me now. You can't do it. You can't. 14 moves. $12 moves. I can taste my victory, chat. If I beat the Shogi King, do I gain the title of the Shogi King? If it crashes at this point, we cheating? Yeah. If it crashes at this point, I think we can all agree that I won this match fair and square. And I would just cheat it to get it done. You keep what you kill. I think I may be gaining the title of the Shogi King here. Legit. I might win that title for myself. The king's ultimate move is game crash. Imagine. New YouTube channel coming. Chat, you were here. You were here. I did it with no cheating. Let it be known. Let it be known. Not a single cheat in sight. Bro, can you move? Like, Jesus, just let me have it. Thank you. Whew. Dawn of the Shogi King. Okay, now use app. I'm going to save first, and then I'm going to come back and use app just for the hell of it. A Japanese diver's watch. A diver's watch made in Japan can operate up to 200 meters underwater. I'm assuming I can just sell that at the pawn shop for like a fuck ton of money or something. It's Yakuza time. Chat did want to see how much more effective cheating it with the Shogi app would have been. Like, obviously it would have skipped the entire learning process, so it would have saved all that time. But I'm also curious if it would be good enough to, like, checkmate them. It's not much money, honestly. Fuck. Imagine you saving time. It's not about the time, it's about the journey. It's about the achievement. Okay, now can I have my pop-off minigame moment? Oh my god, look, the entire minigame section is highlighted. Oh, I think we got it, chat. The whole section gets highlighted on the menu. It's all clear. My whole minigame completion, as legitimate as humanly possible. We had to cheat on 2 of them slightly. We didn't like cheat. We just did kind of what we had to because they were so absurd. But as legitimate as humanly possible, the minigame completion in Yakuza 2 is done. And I learned how to play shogi to that extent. All right, what's a good like shogi app? Lee Shogi, maybe? I don't see why not. Play with the computer. Max level. Okay. Oh wait, my bad. I did the one where I would move second, but I guess that I want to have first move on the app and second move on Yakuza 2. I think you should play Kumeda. Shogi King is too slow. Chat, do you think I should... I kind of want to do it against the ultimate shogi player, but he is really slow. Do I do it against 10th Dawn just because he's so slow? Rotate the board in the app? Well, that is a thing I can do. Okay. Good idea. Kumeda, I can't even play him anymore. I'm too high of a rank to rematch him. I literally can't even challenge him again. I'm too high rank. D rank to play Kumeda. 10th, I'm seeing not the Shogi King because he's so slow. Is what I'm seeing. The 9th and 10th take the same amount of time to think, so I want to move second in here. Yeah, that is my side. Okay. This is what happens if you let the app play for you on Yakuza 2 Shogi. We're testing just to see what it would have been like. Get a Smurf account to play Kumeda. Interesting game so far. Very, very different looking game, I have to say. I don't feel like I'm winning. Granted, you can never call it too early, but it doesn't feel like I'm winning. Is it high difficulty CPU? It's the max level CPU on the Shogi app. It's the highest it goes. That's a kind of wild move, actually. That was some mega giga brain move right there that I probably wouldn't have thought of. Really? Oh. I mean, it might be setting up some crazy shit here, I'm not gonna lie. It might be onto something. Let it cook, let it cook. This is basically just a battle of the Shogi AIs. Like, which one is better? This Shogi app or the Yakuza 2 one? That's really all we're measuring here. To be honest. Just which Shogi AI is stronger. It does now feel like... I don't know. This game is going kind of even right now. It's currently going even, I would say. That's a huge move. Okay, never mind. Now I'm winning. Now the Shogi app AI is winning. Like, with that move specifically, that is a huge move. Getting the promoted rook in the back line. Oh boy. I'm on the edge of my seat. Where does it go from here? Checkmate. It said check and then give up, but that was checkmate. Their Silver General, right behind the one that I just placed. Silver General can't move backwards unless diagonally, which is why it's in check. And because the promoted rook is right there, it can't move into the back line. The Shogi app AI still beats the Yakuza 2 AI. Confirmed in 39 moves, it will still beat it. That is the stronger Shogi AI for sure. Crazy. I get an extra stamina and Royale. I'll take it. That was nasty. That was a really good checkmate. I didn't see it coming at all. As soon as it happened on the second monitor, I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. Taking a cheated item. Wow. I think I can just discard it, can't I? Here. For the sake of integrity. Trashed. Discarded. I don't want to hear about it. Well, chat, what do we do now? I feel like my life goal, my life mission has been accomplished. Like I'm like at a loss. What do we do now? Like legitimately, this is one of those moments where I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I do know what to do. I'm being a little silly, but... Okay. Now... These heat actions, these weapon heat actions... Yeah, I'm missing some of these still. There's a weapons dealer in here. What shogi app did you use again? Wouldn't you like to know, you fucking cheater? I want to get the right weapon to be able to do the heat action once I get into combat next time. I need to be prepping for that. Hold on, are any of these weapons that I have right now ones that I still need? The tea kettle. Let me check. I have a sledgehammer, a kettle, and brass knuckles. So brass knuckles I don't need to do right now. I'm assuming heavy blow and smackdown are probably both sledgehammer ones. No. Okay. So sledgehammer I need. Brass knuckles are done though. Big brass. I thought they were like heavy signs. Okay. There's no item box at phones. He's just not gonna answer. Hey, look, I can get the Shogi app wherever I want. I want to know what you used. That one there was called Lee Shogi, like L-I Shogi. Or Lee Shogi, but Lee, probably. Lee Shogi. But we're not getting random encounters currently. Do I just discard the brass knuckles? Probably. It'll save me the time running around everywhere, to be honest. Trash those. I wasn't going to use them anyway, let's be real. I never use my weapons. I could run all the way back to Serena. This will save me time. There's a weapons dealer literally here in Ryugujo, so there's no reason to fucking run across the city and back. Oh, okay, camera. From this guy, I can buy something we need. I just gotta find him. It doesn't seem like it's you. Or you. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this camera. Yeah. You! I do need some weapons. I could have sold it. That's fine. Man, look at everything he's got. I'll take the elegant umbrella. That's what I'm here for. Working on heat actions? Yeah, the weapon heat actions I need to be mindful of. Status is where I would see my skill list. Do I have dodge combo? It's not the dodge shot, to clarify. Hold on, I need to clear these indicators for my own sake later. Do y'all see how the streamer cheated? You can't even. I have VODs. It's all in the VOD. Animal Crossing speedrun, please. I do not enjoy Animal Crossing. I am not an Animal Crossing fan. Man, there's gonna be a lot of these. Well, this will answer my question if I ever got the dodge combo. Clearing these all out. And I can clip it down to just the cheated bit. Easy. I have the whole VOD. I have the whole thing. Oh, I guess I should still, yeah, just make sure. Shoulder throw, hold combo. I don't recall getting the dodge combo, but I may have. Like, we've been doing minigames for so long that I probably don't recall doing a lot of what we did pre-minigame grind. To be honest. I doubt we did. Or I doubt I would, rather. I don't even know if I did locker keys for this chapter yet. Like, I have zero clue what we did. But getting these cleared out makes it easier. I do have dodge combo. Okay. Allows you to dodge during a combo, but drains the heat gauge. I do have that. So I did do that. Now I have more questions about, like, what did I do and what did I not do? The rest of chapter 5 will probably be a shit show of me trying to figure out what I did pre-grind and what I didn't. How many streams has it been since you last played the game, actually? I don't know, but it's been a lot. Okay, here are the heat gauge boosts. I was going to check if I had 2 and 3. I have 2. I have 3 as well. I have 4. Okay, cool. Cool. Do I have those locker keys? These will be on completion. Lockers in Kanto. Do I have 21 done? 21 is open. 34 is open. I just have to run through the list and make sure. 6, 8, 7, 4, 36, 44, 45. It looks like I did it all, but I have to be sure. 9, 25, 42, 40, 16, 23, 39, 46, 47, 28, 3, 10, 17, 37. God, there are a lot in this chapter. Holy shit. 33, 38, 12, 35, 1, 18, easier this time than Yakuza 1, thank God. 29, 26, 5, 15, and 30. I do have all the locker keys for the chapter done. Whew. Side missions. We're checking these now. Oh. I was like, there are only like 30 sub-stories in Yakuza 2? That can't be right. It's just the ones I've completed. The arsonist is done. The ramen shop owner? The ramen shop owner is not done. Shit. Because I have to eat there. I have to eat everything on the menu. I'm gonna need notes. I'm gonna need a notepad. Hold on. Okay. Okay. The clerk at a Bisu pawn is done. Komaki, multiple opponents, secrets of heat, anti-firearm combat. Boy. The Barker on Showa Street East is done. Helping Sunflower, 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth one. Chat, we have something to do. There's a fourth Helping Sunflower Orphanage. I have a mission. I have a goal. Thank God. It's crazy that we spent so long, like, not actually playing the game that I had to go through that much to figure out where the fuck I was. Was slots in this batch? Yes. And batting cages, yes. And then do their heat actions, don't forget that. True. I'm gonna try to get the weapon heat actions done first. Just because those are the easiest ones right away. Let me write those down, though. Because heat actions are part of completion in this game, and I'm trying to do everything before we get to the end. So, writing those down is a good idea. Looks like day 21. No. Day 21 was when we started Yakuza 2. I know that. Because day 20 is the day we finished Yakuza 1. So that's not right. I'm assuming this lady is where she was before, right? So much to be done. There is so much to be done. Jesus Christ. Golfing, yes, that would make more sense. Day 30 was bowling, so it's at least been since we were in the 20s. She's gonna need a lot of yen. Is that enough? I'm a blessing to these children. Be here anytime you can help. How much more can you need, woman? Oh, hello, Mr. Kiryu. Mr. Kiryu, I'll never forget all your help, no matter what happens. Is something wrong? Wrong? Oh, no. I mentioned the headmaster was resting up at home before, didn't I? I'm sure you did. Yeah, I totally remember. Has something happened to him? No, he's feeling worlds better. Well enough to come back to work, actually. Well, that's good. Yes, it's wonderful. But it does mean my time with the children is coming to an end. Ah. It was only 6 months, but saying goodbye to them is so hard. So I've decided to make a gift to them. I'd like to give them a park. A what? A park. Something that will last. Still, it takes more than pocket change and good intentions to get a park built. Mr. Kiryu, could I ask you to help me find an affordable contractor for the kids? I'll see what I can find. Oh, thank you. With you on my side, I feel like I can really make this happen. I'll keep trying on my end as well. All right. 8 months ago? That sounds about right, actually. Contractor. I remember this, ironically, from doing it in Kiwami 2. Like, this whole string of subquests, or sub-stories, I did more recently in Kiwami 2 than I did, like, the first of these on stream. Where is it? A business card for a home renovation company called Imitation Renovating. They tried to scam us before in an earlier part of this string of sub-stories. There was like a leaky roof or something, and they tried to scam the orphanage to fix it, if I recall. Hello, Imitation's Renovating here. What can I do for, or do you for? It's Kiryu. Mr. Kiryu? Boss, yes, sir. How can I help you today? The folks at Sunflower want to build a kids' park, but they're low on money. Can you do something for them? Yes, sir. Of course. Leave it to us. We'll whip up something for cheap. Thanks. That sounds great. Do I just go back? I'm assuming. The lightning ghost that hit you off screen? Oh, yeah. I think I've got a lead on your park. Really? Oh, Mr. Kiryu, thank you. It's the same guys who fixed your roof, but they shouldn't give you any more trouble. Is that so? Oh, how very generous of them. They must still feel awful about before. Yeah. Something like that. Alright. Would you rather get scammed or have to navigate Japanese bureaucracy, like in the movie Ikiru? I haven't seen it. Back from playing shogi for 72 weeks. These guys won't mess with you anymore. Kiryu's back in town, bitches. I think I'm just supposed to kind of run around for a minute now. Pretty sure. But it might take more than a quick minute. I might... Oh. Mail. From Haruka. Sunflower's got a huge park now. Miss Suenaga had it done for us. Isn't that awesome? Now we just need some warm weather to play in. That is awesome. That's great. And I have to go talk to her again, son of a bitch. I was like, I didn't get an XP bonus. God damn it. So no fight? Are we confirming no brawl? I'm itching for a brawl. I can't believe the minigames are done. I genuinely thought that today, I was like, I want to beat one shogi opponent at least today. That was my goal. We got through 3 and we're totally done. And honestly, now the rest of Yakuza 2 might go pretty quick. Because the minigames took so long that you might be like, oh, well, we're only in like chapter 5 of however many. There's more than 10, I remember, at least. But the minigames were the big part. Weirdly enough. Thanks to you, I was able to get that park built, Mr. Kiryu. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Mr. Kiryu. Today was my last day with the kids. They wrote this for me. Dear Head Mistress Suenaga, thank you for everything. We'll always remember you reading us books and how you fixed the roof. Taking Dog Spot on walks with you was a lot of fun. Please come back to visit us. Dog Spot will miss you too. We'll all take care of Sunflower. Goodbye. Sounds like the kids really loved you. You should go visit them soon. Oh, I will. You've helped me help those children so much, Mr. Kiryu. This is for you. Received a hand-knit scarf. And here, I took this picture just after Haruka came to stay with us.
My controller's God damn.
I received a photo of Haruka. I hope they keep you warm this winter. Please continue to help those kids, sir. I will. You take care of yourself. You be careful too, Mr. Kiryu. There's my XP. Boom. And I got a sub-story done. We're fucking cooking. We're going so far, so fast. Ooh, I need 10 levels to get an HP boost. It's the next thing I'm gonna grab. All right. Won't get scammed. Oh yeah. Or speed running. Really, like, now progress is just gonna start happening. Legitimately. Now that we're past that huge hurdle we had to get over. It's gonna feel rapid fire by comparison. Actually, I like the city ambiance. It is that time. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There. You got it. Oh, I got a crack in there too. Oh. Gonna be sad when we leave PS2 Yakuza for good? Yeah, but we're doing Kenzan. So not really. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead, leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff, like, you know, Resident Evil, Metal Gear, Ace Combat, all sorts of stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like on the stream. Helps out with algorithm and stuff, so I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side. They're on the channel page. They're in chat commands. Anything that you're looking for will be there. Twitter, Discord server, whatever. You'll be able to find it. Other than that, then, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys back here next time. I hope you all have the rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.